We are live. And hi, everybody. Welcome to the live chat, live stream tonight, where we're going to be talking about some really interesting topics. But before we begin, Mr. Order of Magnitude has an announcement to make. So I'll give you the...
Hello, Soggy Furtless. I call you Soggy Furtless because I'm soggy. I've been out in the rain and anyway, that's not my announcement. And no, my announcement is not that you now have freedom of speech on my channel. I can block all people that are being annoying. No, what I want to talk about, violins out. Order of Magnitude is a sellout, a big fat sellout. You hear me? I'm a sellout. Do you know why?
No.
I've got to monetize my. I've got to monetize my channel. I don't want to monetize my channel. I can't explain the reasons why. It's not even about the money, but so I'm a sellout. Okay, you can call me a sellout. Anyway, let's carry on. That's it. Big fat sellout.
Big deal. You know, everyone's doing it. I mean, everybody. And there's nothing wrong.
I've never had a problem with people.
To be honest with you, you won't make anything. I mean, even with mine, I've yet to see $1.
Yeah,
so
it's not really for the money. It's for categorizing. For the I can't tell you it's personal. I'm not going to tell you, but it's just for the higher powers that be's benefit, not mine. But like I said, I've never had any problem with monetizing their channel. I've always said I've got no problem with people doing it. I just don't like people selling stuff for 5 times its value because it's been spray painted. You know what I mean? So
yes. So let's give a shout out to our people in the chat room who are busy sending highs to everybody. We have Liz Hall, Zara Hilton. We have Fallen Angel Caroline. We have Springtrap. We have LT Light Ghost Paranormal. Who else have we got? Ray Clark has joined. We have, let me see, there were a few in the earlier. Yep, I've said them all. So thank you for joining our live stream tonight, guys. And we really do hope that tonight's topic is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
We go in.
Before we start, being as this my channel's monetized and yours monetized, let's start with our first advert. Here we have some boxes made by Purple. They are for sale, $2.99, and that's the advert done. Skip. We're done now. Carry on.
Oh, okay. All right. What can I advertise? Oh, here. Yeah, Johnson's White.
Oh, that's more useful for mine. Or you could use the two in conjunction. And well, no, let's not.
Face care, and it's another little secret to my beauty routine. Before I go to sleep, after I've done all my cleansing, I use a little face wipe.
Yeah. Yeah, get all that makeup off. Seriously, it blocks your pores and stuff. It's true.
Oh, great. Now you tell me. So you mean I'm going to have adult acne?
No, I'm no expert. Ask wifey. She knows all this sort of stuff. You know, she's like, okay. I've got no makeup on tonight. Do you mind? No, why would I mind if you have no makeup on tonight? Well, I just want to know. I want to please you. You're my husband or whatever. Okay, but I need to make my skin breathe. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I actually wear makeup for a very limited time. As soon as I get off a live stream, and I do wear makeup naturally. I mean, duh. As soon as I get off the live stream, that's it. Off it all comes. I can't handle it. So I don't know how people can wear it all day long. It just, ugh. But anyway, going back to our discussion, I thought, you know, with tonight, we always go in unprepared. Nothing's scripted. For those who are watching who are new to the channel, welcome. And I'd like to actually say thank you to all my subscribers. I was a bit taken aback today when I looked and I saw over 1,200, and I thought, wow, where'd they come from? So thank you so much.
Yeah.
For subscribing. So
it's very humbling.
It is humbling to think that maybe in some little way I'm helping them to have some peace and some connection with, you know, and I try to sort of put a mix of variety in there, as you know, so that I'm not just stuck on the one thing. So tonight I thought we would talk about what the new world is like. Not that we've been there,
definitely.
but we thought if we do a spirit box session, there may be some audible, verbal communication that comes through where they may want to share that with us.
Okay.
So, I mean,
let me just get a Red Bull, and then I'm going to jump out the window and fly, and I'll be right back. Sure, no, that's a personal joke about the flying thing. You want to explain why I'm getting it?
Okay. Well, I actually found this video. It was actually so funny. But I'm going to share something with you if I can find it. It was hilarious. I actually went looking for a migraine cure, and
No, Red Bull.
sometimes I get migraine.
Because you don't sponsor me, Red Bull.
Oh, no.
Because you don't sponsor me, Red Bull, I cannot show your product.
Oh,
I can't show your product, Red Bull. You must sponsor me because I'm a sellout and I need
he needs money. Okay, so where are we? I've got to show you this migraine.
Go for it. If I'm chewing the
so funny. Oh my god! I'll try and bring it up on the screen. Hang on a second.
Oh, the video. Yeah,
it is a
we've
video.
had a video.
Honestly, I cracked up laughing.
The guy is that crystal meth. Is that crystal meth before then had Red Bull and thought he could fly? Someone said no, that's what you call loco. Whether Fort Loco is, I think that's like Red Bull with vodka or something. But yeah, it's just the video speaks for itself. The video just speaks for itself.
As soon as I saw it, I thought. But everyone laughing at him, I thought, you poor guy. So I'm going to share something with you. It's so funny. I'll just have to bring it up.
Self-inflicted. Oh god, it's self-inflicted. And while we're waiting for it to load, this is Maglite Torch. They're on sale now in Asda and Walmart.
Okay. All right. Let me just bring this up. It is hilarious. Okay. I was looking for a migraine cure, a very quick one, because I didn't want it to pop a pill or, and I do ASMR, so I thought, well, with my ASMR, I thought I'm just a bit too advanced with the migraine at this point. So I'll put this on.
I was new to ASMR. Yeah, I can't believe I actually got something out of it. I was like, yeah, rubbish. And I tried it. All right, I was in a relaxed state. I was in my bed. I was going to sleep. And I felt like someone had got a cotton wool bud and was like tapping the inside of my ear. I can't really describe it. And I was like, this is kind of pleasant. Oh my God, I'm getting something. I'm a new age hippie. Fuck.
All right, now check this out. This is so funny. It's called African Migraine Relief. I think there may be a commercial in the front of it. Let's have a look.
Not fake. It's not what I want the guy to be hurt.
It's not. Okay. So listen to this. You've got to repeat these words. Udimimiri, Fadam, whatever.
Are we not raising the devil or anything, are we just saying these?
I'm not going to try this.
Hey! He's just being hazed, isn't he? He's just being hazed. Hey, yeah, this is He'll be one of us in no time. amazing what other cultures cancer, you know, and it really works. Who knows?
When I saw that, I cracked up laughing. This guy is crying and they're still eating. I'm never going to Africa. No offense.
Whack.
Well, you know what? I rang up. I sent a copy of that to my aunt, and I said, "Look at this. If you get a migraine, you've got to try this. It really works." And she said to me, "I've got a dress with stripes. When do you want me to come over?" Oh my God! The things on YouTube, how I got there, I don't know. But it was really funny. It cured my migraine.
Oh dear.
Yeah, funny.
You just said it. Anyone thinks we're the craziest on YouTube because we believe in ghosties and stuff and spirits? No. We are nowhere near the level of crazy that you see on YouTube. Dig
That's
deeper.
right. We're just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
We just are one of those videos that lead off into the weird ones.
Yeah.
Some crazy shit. I like the way you agree with me. You've been taught well.
Yeah. Don't give my wife credit.
Yes, I'll give her credit. She's done good. Because, I mean, you men aren't just born that way. You've got to be trained.
Oh, no. Yeah. Is that what it is? Trained. Okay.
Yeah, so, like, you get one of these things and you give them a good... Yeah. That's like... Oh, so funny. All right, so... okay, let's ask if there are any questions in the chat room so we don't ignore our people in the chat room.
Spotlight is on you, chat room.
Oh, and everyone say hi to Tamara Jade. That's my daughter. So she's in the chat room. My goodness, little bugger.
Is she in South Korea? North Korea? South Korea? Is that the one? Is that one? South Korea, North Korea?
This is my young one who is allowed to stay up late tonight only because of it being a Friday night. So
privilege.
Yes. She came in. She came in when she heard the video going.
I'm sure she wasn't like, Mom, my God, no, Mum, oh, really?
Hi, Terry. I love you.
I know my kids are like, the boy especially. Oh my God. I beat him on Mortal Kombat, the latest Mortal Kombat game, because it plays like the old Mortal Kombat games from the 90s. He's just like, oh my God, I just beaten by a granddad. I'm in a granddad, I'm in my 30s. You know. He's really ashamed to get beaten by Mortal Kombat X on Xbox. 18-year-old getting pummeled by me. I am the Street Fighter master, and Mortal Kombat goes alongside that.
All right. Now let's ask: is there anyone in the chat room who has a question about what's this? I used to be scared, but I have to deal with it now on my own. I don't know what this is to do with, Liz. Is there anyone in the chat room who has a question about the other side?
Fire away, people. Don't be scared. I'm joking or laughing. It can be serious or it can be not so serious. You know.
Just out of interest, have you ever asked them yourself, Order?
About what specifically? About literally about what it's like the other side. Yeah. It's like, what's it like? And the usual words I get, it's open. Either they've said it's open to me, and some have said it's dark. Prison. That was last night. Where are you? Where are you? Prison. They're in a prison. The ones I'm talking to, which is the same as what Mortis speaks to. I think all those years ago. They're in a prison. How do I get you out of that prison? How can I help you? Again, no real answer. And then they got fed up of talking. You know, you can sort of tell. They just go on a tangent, or it stops over and over again. Not just.
What I'd like to ask is that if anyone has actually had a near-death experience in our chat room, firstly.
That's one thing I've not ever had. you know, touch wood and all that. I'm sure it's beautiful in some ways. But no, I've never had anything like that. Usually I say, oh yeah, I've had some. I've all, you know, I'm thinking, does he just say he's had everything because he's a sellout? You know, I don't think I've never ever had a near-death experience. I've had near
I'll
misses.
tell you a funny thing that happened to me as a kid. I remember Mum and I were driving along, and we were going to the Canberra Speedway because I love the Speedway. Little secret. Anyway, as we're driving along, I got this vision of all these trees, and there were no trees in sight on this particular road that we were going down. And as we were driving and I'm getting these visions of these trees, I said to my mum, did we ever drive this direction before and there was a road with trees that just hung over the complete road? Like on each side, they were like those weeping willow trees that they were just sort of like cascaded across the road, and the whole road was covered with these trees along it. It was beautiful. And she said, do you remember that? And I said, oh, there was a place like that? And she said, yeah. She said, it's actually on the other side of the mountains. And she said, do you realize you almost died? And I said, what? And on that road? And she said, no. But she said, behind, she used to go out and do this woman's house cleaning. Like she'd go out there once a, you know, fortnight or whatever, and she would clean this woman's home.
Not spirit clean. We're talking cleaning like house cleaning. Is that what we're on about? Or are we talking
like actual house cleaning, not spirit cleaning? Yeah. Because remember, my mother was a non-believer. And
Jesus.
So anyway, she went out and she took me along because she had no one to babysit me. So I was actually playing on the veranda, and behind this house was a dam, and there was no fencing around the dam or anything like that. And she said that I got very quiet, and when she looked out, I wasn't on the veranda. I had actually started running down towards the dam, and she knew that if she called me, I would have gone in because I loved water. I was actually, you know, every time I'd see a pool or anything like that, water, that was it. But she said that I was so close to drowning because I actually got into the dam and slipped. And she said she couldn't see anything because of the water being so muddy, and she had just leant over and like reached into the water and was lucky enough to get my hand and pull me up. And she said, don't you remember that? And I said, no, I don't remember that, honest to God.
Flash.
But I remember the trees. And it was so weird because before we went to Canberra, I kept seeing these trees, but the vision got so strong on that particular road, and it was right on the other side of the mountain. Sorry?
Were you unconscious or drowned? Were you unconscious or drowned or anything, or was it just a quick?
My mother had to revive me because I'd swallowed water, and it had gone into my lungs.
Inhaled water, literally.
Yeah. But because as I went in, I was expecting to be able to swim, but my foot slipped, apparently. I don't know. I can't remember what happened. But going from what she said, if she hadn't have reached at the exact time, my hand, she said, how she grabbed my hand in that dark, well, the water was all clay-like. Yeah, it wasn't clear. And she said, how I managed to grab your hand is a miracle. So there you go.
Yeah. Fluky. My nearest, I mean, I've never been unconscious and had a near-death experience. I've only nearly lost my life several times, sort of close near misses. But the one as a child was a bit of a stupid one. We were at Bristol Zoo, and my mum's friend with her, and the crocodiles or alligators, whichever one it was they were cleaning the pen out. So they put them in this circular pen with like a barbed wire curves inwards, and my mum's mate, not her, lifted me up so I could see them on top of the thing, and I fell forward into the fucking pen. Oh my god. Yeah, they grabbed my shoulder at the last minute and sort of yanked me out, and I've always remembered it because, you know, but no alligators turned and didn't notice, thankfully. But what a stupid thing to do with a young child.
Unbelievable. Far out.
It was just a really dumb moment. Was my mum's mate, but you know, I think she thought I've got his ankles, and I think that's how I was. I don't think it was a case of grandma. I think what happened was, so you imagine you got a child, you're holding like that on top, and I went over, so I'm dangling by my ankles, and they lift me back out. But oh my god, you know what I mean? Imagine if I did drop in there, or I was like 3 or 4, and I do have a vivid memory of it. It was a really shit place to put. It sort of doesn't look very strong to keep if they decided to go anywhere. It could be alligators, I can't remember, but snappy.
They should have actual fences that go up higher. I mean, how dangerous is that?
6 foot. There's only a temporary thing. These fences are about 6 foot from them, and they're just like barbed wire. They didn't look strong at all. What I remember, but you remember things differently. Remember, but I was 4 years old. How old am I now? Like another 32 years on top of that sort of thing, nearly. But what's mad about it is like I say, it's a temporary thing, and just while they're cleaning out their main cell, I suppose you could call it. But yeah, I've always remembered that. But other near misses, but I've never ever been unconscious and seen the light, but said it's not your time or whatever, or I've never had that. I mean, usually when I come on these channels, someone gives me a experience. Oh, I've had that, or I can relate to it because I've had something similar, like sleep paralysis or astral projection, even if it is just in the fucking bathroom and that's it. But this time, I can honestly say I've never had any near death. I have no idea what that tunnel of light looks like, or how calm it's going to be, as people say. They got about how calm it is, and how it's full of love, and you just want to stay there or whatever. And they say, no, it's not your time. And you get booted back into your body with a shock. Now, my wife has similar. Well, we're not sure because this could be dreams. She had to have her tooth pulled out, okay, but she didn't like the dentist. She had a massive baby. She went to hospital, right? So they put an anaesthetic to take his tooth out. Now she says while she was under her dead.
Hang on, your voice is going. You've got that underwater.
When she was. Yep, I'm drowning. When she was under anaesthetic, she said she had a dream where Pete was there. It was the dead nephew who was in the back of my taxi, railway station, hit by a train. That guy come through on my video. It was a jump he did. Orders, family revelation years ago. Yeah, that guy. So he comes to, and he said to her like, "Oh, it's not your time yet," or something or other. Like he's like, "What are you doing here?" But it's a dream while she was under anaesthetic. Now, what's interesting is they were taking a lot longer than they should have done with this tooth. And I was like, what's going on? Why is it taking so long, And the nurses wouldn't tell me anything. And when she did come through, they wouldn't let her go for over a day. She should have been allowed out within 4 hours, but they just wanted to monitor everything, her blood pressure, everything. I'm like, why is there such a need to monitor her? She's fine. She's standing. She's awake. She's okay. I'm driving, not her. This is a simple tooth extraction with like a 5-minute anaesthetic or whatever to put you to sleep. What I reckon, they lost her pretty much in or something like that. Something went wrong, and she, cardiac arrested, and they revived her. I'm only speculating. I got no proof, but cross-referencing her dream, cross-referencing sketchy nurses, go for a whole day and had her hooked up to just about anything you could think of to monitor her, and were constantly worrying about her, but wouldn't tell me anything, or her anything for that matter, for a tooth extraction. But a theory of dentist maybe setting,
Wow.
So, maybe she had it. But I've never had anything.
There were some parts that I actually missed of your conversation then, because it's like the sound cutting in and out. But was that in a dentist, like having a dental?
It was meant to be a dentist because she has a phobia of the dentist. Hospital to be put under, an anaesthetic, a proper go to sleep, have your tooth pulled out, like an operation. But it's meant to be a 5 to 10 minute anaesthetic instead of an hour or 3 hours, you know what I mean? But it took a lot longer than it should have done. Pete visited her in a dream. It's not your time or some shit. She said she dreamt that, or she thought it was a dream. And she's meant to be released after 4 to 6 hours after she's eaten something and shows that she is coherent, awake, etc. Well, she wasn't allowed to leave for a day, and she was hooked up to every single monitoring equipment, blood pressure, heart, all these scans, but they wouldn't tell us nothing. And I reckon they put anaesthetic in her and they lost her for a bit, or thought shit and revived her. You know what I mean? That's what I reckon happened. I'm only speculating, but it was really sketchy, and they wouldn't tell us anything. Like, why isn't she allowed home? Why are you wanting to keep her in for so long when it says, it's maybe 4 hours, but you want her in for a day? But nothing went wrong, you tell me? No, it was a straightforward procedure. Well, why can't she go then? Well, we just want to monitor. You just want to monitor? What, for fear she walks out of the door? I sue? What, What's going on here? I mean, obviously she's alive today and it's long forgotten, but it was just very sketchy and weird.
What's her blood type?
She's the O negative, can give blood to anybody person.
There you go. Every time I have gone into hospital, I've had to stay longer.
Well, because they harvest your blood or something while you're asleep. What do you mean? Because they always nag her all the time.
I don't know what it is, but I've always, I mean, within me, I'm in the RHO negative group, and I've always had to stay longer. Day surgery is never day surgery with me. It's like week. You're in there for a week.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it is, you
Must
know,
be
you've got
that.
to, it's got to be to do with the blood.
Maybe, is it? Yeah.
Don't know.
Let's say
But how bizarre.
We are desperate for blood in this country, and I can't give it because I just cannot deal with needles. Surprisingly, despite what people know about my history, I can't deal with needles. Okay, no matter what. I struggle with vaccines, I really do. So yeah, that's the reason why I can't go. She gives blood all the time, almost too much. They'd have her hooked up to a day and night. You know what I mean? But I know we need. They do hustle her. But her blood is very valuable. Absolutely anybody can have it. You know.
But she can only have her own type.
Yeah,
she can't
yeah,
have
it's really weird.
Yeah. So she would have had to,
anybody. You know.
She would have had to have had the rhesus injections whilst pregnant to prevent.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, got it. You got it. Yep, she had that. Right. Yeah. You got it. Yep.
Wow.
In case her own freaking antibodies start eating the baby or something weird. Is that it? Something like that? The immune system fights the baby for some weird reason, which makes you wonder, how did we survive before knowing that? You know, those Reese negative people.
Well, a lot of babies didn't survive back then. So,
I suppose.
Now let's have a look at some of these comments.
Go ahead. Let me grab the cancer sticks.
Okay, you have a suck on your cigarette. All right. Let's have a look here.
Let's have a listen to these comments then.
Now they were talking about spiders for some reason.
Spiders. I'm okay with them.
Oh, our places, we've got lots of them. Okay, so Fallen Angel says, how long do you think it takes before someone should get a reading, Karen, like the transition? Okay, completely off subject, but you should always keep 3 to 6 months. You should always keep a 3 to 6 month gap. That way you avoid the reading continuing. I mean, each reading continues where the last one left off. But if you keep it 3 months minimum, you've got less risk of the reading becoming confusing, because a lot of things from the past reading usually happen within 3 months. So I mean, when I read, I always try to sort of do more immediate predictions rather than ones that are like 5 years, 10 years from now.
Have house and a kids and live happily ever after.
Yeah.
And then die in a fire inferno. Sorry about that.
I'd rather, give more recent predictions. I had a funny case the other day. I've got to share you. And so sorry if the lady's watching, but this person that I did a reading for, they said to me, you gave me a prediction that I was going to be on an aeroplane around early January, and that didn't happen. And I said, did you have the money to buy a ticket? She said, yeah. I said, did you buy a ticket? She said, no. I said, well, I hate to tell you, but planes just don't pull up outside of your house and say, get in. You've got to. But I saw her going on this holiday, and she said, it's funny, for the last few years, I've been told that I'm going to go on this plane, but it's never happened. It's not just me, but she's never bothered to buy a ticket to go anywhere. Oh, laugh. God love her. So she thought that I was. I don't know how she expected to get on the plane then, but that was a good time for her to go. So just know some things you've got to put a little bit of energy in. It means that you've either got an opportunity that's going to be available to you to go somewhere. It doesn't mean that a plane's going to pull up and they're going to drag you on it.
You're going to win the lottery. And
yeah. Well, I mean, if you don't buy a ticket, you're not going to win anything, are you?
Just to put it out there for those people that say about cold reading and stuff like that, your way of reading is very different to like psychics, isn't it? Yours isn't via psychics going, yum, yum. Yours is via literally a spirit, possibly or not possibly, it's not there, and you tell them if there is nobody here, I'm sorry, there's nobody here. But if there is somebody that's giving you the messages, am I right or am I wrong?
Right. That's right. I think because I didn't study this, it's been in my benefit. I've never studied this, and I'm not afraid to say it. I've never studied this. It's been something that I've been fortunate to be able to do. And when I do the cards, I wouldn't even know how to reverse them, you know, because I just find it very confusing. Who wants to look at something upside down, you know?
I can read upside down. Good skill to have.
I love those words where they're all jumbled up, but you can still understand what it says.
Yeah. Usually scary words in my comments. But yeah, do you know what was I guess I was saying I'll be an idiot being trying to be clever. Yeah, so carry on. That's it.
Yes.
You've got a gene. Obviously, you've got a rare gene, which you and only one of your daughters has it as well. Is it clairvoyant? Is what you have because you physically see things, if that makes sense? Because you've got the audio and we can hear them, but you can't see. Yours is clairvoyant. Is that the word? Or is that not the right word?
But it's also, I guess there's a combination of a lot of things there because of the fact that when you're, I mean, there are times where if they don't show themselves, you can sense them. If you are in a room and someone's got something going on, you can sort of get these images. I mean, I'll give you an example. Today, I had this sudden urge to try to look for someone who I had a friendship with many years ago. I don't know why, but I had this dream of her last night, and she was saying, "Stuff all men, I'm sick of them." And her brother looked really different to me, yet I remember saying his name in the dream. And I thought, this is so weird. Why am I dreaming of them? So I went on Facebook and I thought, what are the odds if I find her? I found her. And I said, I had this dream about you, blah, blah, blah. Don't think I'm crazy. You know what I'm like. But she said, well, my brother has had so many operations. He's had a transplant, or some type of, like, I think it's his kidney or pancreas or something. He was in a car accident. And she said, and he's changed so much, but he's starting to recover. And I thought, my God. And she said, and she had pretty much her day turned to night in a minute because of men. So it's how you get the communication. And the weird thing about it is she's connected with spirituality. So I'm rapt, I'm absolutely over the moon for it because she's embraced her spirituality, and maybe that's why we're connecting. Who knows? So
yeah. Well, yeah. Okay.
You don't know the link.
I just want to. It's this cold reading business. Heading like
cold reading. You know what? I laugh when I hear that because I will say yes, it's cold reading because, in my opinion, I look at it like, if you have a warm read, that means you already know the person. You know their name, you know why they're there, you know what they want to be knowing about from the reading. When you're cold reading, that means you go in completely knowing nothing. You are cold. You don't have anything to go on except for what comes through at the time of that particular reading. And I mean, that's why I do a pre-read, because a pre-read is my way of connecting. I'll say, okay, tell me, Spirit, what's happening in this person's past, what's in their present, what's to come. And I'm just like writing. It's like bang, 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 and my hand's like this, writing out everything. And
Auto-writing? Is that what auto-writing, or is it not?
A4 pages that come through. And it's like a process of automatic writing, because you start, you know, and I can't be distracted. If anyone comes in when I'm doing it, I'm like, get out. I'm concentrating. And
Mess it up.
that's right. It's like breaking the connection. And then when I call the person, because I get their phone number and it's about 5 minutes to the reading, I ring them up and I say to them, okay, any questions you've got, leave them till the end. I don't want to know your business. Whatever comes through. I will tell you what I've got. I'll tell you what's in the pre-read, and I explain the pre-read is not in any way, shape or form the reading itself. It's just my way of sharing what I have picked up coming through just before the reading. Yeah. And then whilst I'm doing that, I mean, there have been times I will get spirits that come through and they're telling me things about this person. Like, it's like they're helping me. Like one woman who rang up out of the blue and said one day there, can I come in for a reading? And I said, yeah, okay, if you be quick. And she came down, and before she came down, I thought I'd probably fit in a quick pre-read. Didn't ask for her name, didn't take a phone number, because there's no number display on the phone. It was one of the dial phones, if you remember.
Very true.
So she was like on her way, and this male spirit was around me who told me that, you know, his name was Robert, and that was his wife that was just on the phone to me, and she wants to connect with him. And as I arrived down, I'm just going to tell you what I actually had recorded him. So that's a plus when you can actually record the spirit's voice.
Yeah, definitely.
So I played it to her, and she said, oh my God. She said, that's a male's voice. And she said, that sounds like, and then it said, my name's Robert. And she said, oh my God, that's my husband. That's who I want to hear from. Now, this was at the second of her sitting down and me playing that to her. Then I said, okay, well, that's no problem. I'll put that on the CD for you to have. So you've got a copy of his voice. And then he proceeded to say that I hope you're okay. And then mentioned that on her way out to the car, which is parked in the backyard, not in the driveway, around the back, she had slipped on the back step and fell into a bush beside the back step, and the bush broke her fall. And she said, there is no way you could know that, because that just happened when I walked out today. She said, and I do park in the backyard. I don't go out the front because I can't get through the front door. It's all like blocked off. And she said, so I use the back door. Now, what are the odds of a person, you know, 1 in a million, of just using the back door to go out to their car to go somewhere? You always hear of people going out the front door. So he gave her specifics, and you can't make that crap up. I mean, seriously, it wasn't like, his name is Richie, Ro. It was Robert. That's right.
Yeah.
That's when
this is what kind of unrelated. This is what I say in my spirit box sessions. Like the last, not the last one where they said they hate that I'm making jump for hoots. So the one before that, look, what are the odds, right? Okay, radio broadcast, but to hear the word spirit, devil, demon, dead, help, over and over again. That's like the chances of all of these radio stations broadcasting at that right time is like winning a lottery. And I assure you, there is no CB.
Well, it'd be interesting. I mean, a person sitting down listening to the radio, I mean, sure, you might have news broadcasts, like 18 killed in, you know, such and such.
That is your job to decipher, because a lot of and they go, "Oh, I heard it say this." I'm thinking, I heard that then, but I don't think that was spirit. I think that was the radio. Otherwise, I would have reacted to it if I heard it.
And then what radio in their news report are going to say? And those people that died just then may be faced with the devil or the hell, or and they're saying, "Help me."
That's not really their lingo. Help, you might hear, we need to help these people. Something.
Yeah.
But devil, demon, I don't think in all my years, because I used to listen to radio all the time, getting up for school. I mean, all right, so I don't remember every word they say, but I'm pretty sure I've never heard them talk about spirit, demons, and devils, especially in England. There are no Christian radios around here, to my knowledge. So yeah, the chances of that's fucking slim. I need to go out and buy a lottery ticket now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this is the thing. I mean, and I mean that voice though that I recorded for this woman was not by any means a radio spirit box or an app. This was actual disembodied voice. So, and she actually got back to me the next day and said, "Is it normal for pets to get upset when they listen to these E.V.Ps?" And I said, "Why?" And she said, "Well," she said, "I got home and I was so excited in hearing Robert's voice that I put on the CD." And she said, "And as I was playing it, our dog got up and he noticed the voice. He recognized his voice. And he actually went and he went to the front door whimpering. He was whimpering at the front door because that's what he used to do whenever he'd hear the owner, Robert, pulling up in the driveway because he missed him. And that was Robert's dog. So I said, well, it's very possible. I mean, animals have, separation anxiety and stuff like that. So it's very possible that, so, I mean, like the old saying goes, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool them all the time. And I doubt very much you can fool pets, so.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
How can you recreate a voice you've never heard? That's another thing.
Yeah.
Because for her to identify that and say, yes, that's my husband's voice, absolutely, 100% without denial. Maybe a person can say, well, look, she was wishful thinking. She was mourning and grieving her husband, wishful thinking.
Screws.
But
sure.
What about the dog? Was it wishful thinking?
I do wonder. These skeptics will say you're all nuts to listen to Spirit Box, but like on that particular session I did 2 times ago, I don't think they even watch it. They get to it, they click the thumbs down, run away. And if you watched it and listened to it, I think you might actually change your opinion and go, well, okay, maybe I'm not going to believe in the paranormal, that, but that ain't normal. That's not just a radio and you're making.
You know what I
need subtitles. I think subtitles.
No, you don't. But I don't think it's anything to do with the session, Riley. I just think they have a vendetta where it's, well, I don't like this person or what they represent, so I'm going to hit unlike. I mean, I get them on mine as well. I've started to see the unlikes coming from very typical areas like Texas, Australia. There's one in Australia that keeps doing it all the time. They're only watching like a few minutes, if that, and hitting unlike. So you know that they're trolls. And what I can't understand is why bother even watching if you don't like what you see. Just go. Move on.
Yeah.
Find something that interests you and enjoy it, But if they feel
even when it comes to Huff, if I watch a Huff video here, and I don't watch them all the time, but I watch them here and I see what other crazy things he's going to come out with, because it's kind of interesting in a weird way. But even though he probably doesn't get them, I leave say, hey, wanker, you fuckface, I fucking hate your big ears. I write, dude, you didn't show us the app going on, you didn't say this, you didn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm the grind. This is why I've clicked the thumb down. I give a nice reason. It's not nice, but it's I don't swear at him or abuse him. An educated, formal thing, and that's that. So people can do that.
I think it takes guts to add a comment if you're going to thumbs down anyway. I mean, if you've got the balls to write why you've thumbs it down. I mean, look, to be honest with you, be honest with you,
Yeah, I'd be much.
care. I don't care whether they like it or not. You know, the thing is, I enjoy what I do. I'm sharing it. I'm not getting paid for it. You know, I mean, even though I've got the monetization, I've yet to see anything in my bank account from it. And it's been monetized for quite some time. And only recently I went with Social Blade because I thought, well, you know, why not? It's not going to kill.
What it is really, apart from its rankings or something. Is it rankings, isn't it, or is it extras?
Well, it's really interesting because of the fact that they must think that this is really going to upset them if I press the thumbs down. And I'm like, okay, well, let's see where they're coming from. So I will put a personal note. Thank you to the person who was on their Android phone, leaving it on
2 seconds of watching because you saw everything that happened.
Get past the intro.
Decision. Why? That's the thing with half videos. I have actually thumbed up a half video once, a very long time ago. I do not press the thumbs down until the very end either. I do have respect to watch the dude's whole video through. Oh, I'm shaking my head the whole way going, my God, is he pulling this shit again? But I still watch it to the very end, you know, before I put the comment up. In case I miss something. It's no good start coming halfway through and I'm missing it. You never know. He might have clocked onto something because there was a session he did in a hotel, right? I was like, dude, right, you said you got nothing on that 587, and so let's bring out the Wonder Box. But do you realise how many times you heard the word devil and demon? Oh, God, I know it's cliche, but it was all over your 587 in that hotel, and you didn't annotate it. It was there. How could you
He does miss a lot. He does miss a lot. And some of the
things... You missed it purposely to say your box is better than this. That's why you did it, you know?
That's right.
I know.
Look, the fact is, they're going to come through regardless. If they're going to want to communicate with you, they will speak. And one thing I will mention is also that in relation to spirit, although you can't force them to do anything, and that's true, you can ask them, and usually they will be willing to cooperate. They're more than willing to say, hey, if this is giving me acknowledgement that I'm here and someone is noticing that we can make this contact, then I'll help. You know, there's more.
I pushed them to.
Exactly. They're more than willing to.
I was just after them to be as clear as yesterday. Say it once, and they did say, I think, once or twice that clear, but I wanted it over and over again with that clarity. But they said it in the, you know, like you grade your EVPs A, B, or C. They're saying it B class like the whole way, pretty much. I was after that A class, and I pushed them, and that was it. I hate this, he says, or she says, and bumped the spirit box. I felt so like bad. You know, yeah, it's a great capture, but it's a lesson as well. I learned a lot, and I apologized profusely afterwards. And what was interesting, right? I said, look, they're not even touching the bloody dinosaur. Yeah, the controversial dinosaur. It's not going off like a broken toy, is it? And I bet you the minute I stop recording, it goes off. I shit you not. The minute I pressed the stop button, MLQ. And I was like, you bastards. And then L, like a laugh, you know. I was like, all right, you win. You win. But, you know what I mean? I thought, do I do a separate video to prove that a dinosaur's going off now? I hit the record and it goes silent again. I thought, all right, you made your point. You made your point. You know, you win. I'll give you, look, I'm not going to do this for skeptics no more. I've proven it, okay? But something's here. It's a video where the proof is, okay? So from here on, I'll talk to you like a human being. Are you happy with that? They didn't give me an answer, but when my wife did a session later on, they're happy, and that's when they told my wife they're in a prison and what I was talking about earlier, and that it's open. You know.
They are. They're very eager to communicate. That's why I can't understand anyone saying that they sit there for hours. I mean, what are they exactly looking for? If they're sitting there for hours and they're not getting anything, you're going to have one at least. Even if it's
change
not.
Your app.
Yeah, change the app or you know, use a different technique, because if you're just sitting there and you're not saying anything,
it might not be. I do think they have to learn how to do this. I mean, imagine when you first die, okay, you're not going to know how to manipulate a spirit box. I mean, it took us 3 days to get my wife's mum's voice to come through, and she said one sentence, "I hear you, dear," and it was a facsimile of voice. Now, it could have been a spirit mimicking her, and they're all evil and all that, say the Christians, whatever. But it was a facsimile of her voice, a facsimile of what she would say. So you got to learn how to do this, and I bet you a lot of the times they got nothing. When you go recording, it might be what you call C class, B class. They're looking for that A class where it's just like, you know, telephone to the dead, as they say. I don't think that's very easily done. There are only, I mean, it is possible. There are 3 YouTubers on here that I consider have that, you know, telephone to the dead qualities, and even they say not every session's like this. I get sessions where it's not a lot, and that is Mortis the Wizard, that is John Hunting, that is Frock Paranormal. They have, and there are a million, well, not millions, but there's gonna be lots of others that aren't on YouTube. But
you
have
notice something in common with them too, is that they are polite.
Polite. They're very polite, and they're very, and John especially. John's so humble and meek and mild. He hardly ever gets any swear words. You know, I'm relying on swear words for validation because I don't have that massive telephone to the dead quality. So I rely on the swear words because obviously swearing is illegal, and I encourage it. But what am I doing this for? I had a real think last night. What am I doing this for? Am I doing this just to prove to the skeptics over and over again? I'm flogging a dead horse because I don't watch it anyway. You put 2 seconds in, hit dislike and fuck off. You know, so I had to think. Don't do it for the skeptics. You know it exists. You've proven it. There's something talking back. I can't prove if it's a spirit. I can't prove it's a devil. I can't prove it's a dead person. But I can prove there is intelligence going on there of some description. Right. Okay. So, you know, don't do it for them. Just go on the motive. But you know what's what. You had 10 years of it, for God's sakes, before the spirit box. Just talk to them like human, and you might find your results come pretty damn stunning. That's how Mrs. does it. She just, I can't describe how she does it. She's so laid back and, you know,
because she doesn't treat them like they're just
experiment, I suppose.
Yeah. They're there, they're wanting to now there is another question here. Brenda Mullen,
go for it.
Brenda Mullen says, does the other side do things at others' homes, then have that person call you to verify what happened? Okay, I'm not too sure what you mean by that, Brenda. Unless we're referring to Chris. When Chris went out to your place, Riley, and he talked about the 3 spirits.
Yeah, or at least a spirit called Chris does come every so often. I assume it's the same, but there are lots of Chris's in the world. I'm aware of this, but every so often we get a Chris and a hello, and you know, some nice pleasantries before
he came through and saying you're like order of magnitude. He actually said that he hijacked your voice.
Stream, for a stream and E.V.P. That was a complete, and it was clear. You didn't need a subtitle behind it to like. No. People, because some people say, oh, your subtitles make people like think it's there when it's not or whatever, but this is why I don't subtitle stuff, because I don't really know how to, because I haven't got the equipment, but it's just so amazing, like what you just said, when you don't need a subtitle, it's that clear, it's undeniable. And if you say, oh, I don't hear it, then you're freaking deaf. You shouldn't be even looking at this.
Exactly. So I mean, he actually likes to go there, so you know that there is a friendship that you've formed with him. He respects you, and he also likes to watch over your little one as well. So there will be days where he'll disappear.
Every spirit will be on my wife's side, you know, if an argument breaks up. I'm the baddie, okay, and I thoroughly accept that. So, but yeah, bless him.
He actually, I mean, that time when he went over and he was actually speaking about, you know, the child, he was ropeable because of the live stream.
That information about the 3 demons, I'd never ever spoken about that picture my mate saw and said, look, you got like 3 weird demon looking things outside your door. I was like, yeah, it's just pareidolia, you know. And then when, you know, you come out of that via his information, it's like, never ever spoke of that, ever, never even hinted at it. So that was a bloody good coincidence, maybe, but you know,
that gives you validation of spirit interaction again, because you can't. And it was actually over the live stream. You could hear him, but I couldn't hear it whilst I was listening with just the speaker until I.
No, you need.
Until I listened to the live stream back, I thought, hang on a minute, because he said, "Did you hear all that?" And I went, "Hear what?" And when I was listening back, I thought, oh God, I've got to put the subtitles here because what he's saying is just incredible. So that is, it's one of our, what was it, our first or second live stream, something like that.
It was
Yeah,
very, very good.
it
Really
was
good.
the one where it starts with it was a spirit box test to test whether
yeah,
he could be over there. Yeah, so it was like, see how quickly he could go there, and he did it.
yeah,
He did it.
Or at least it
And
appeared to be.
he said his name. He said his name on
Yeah.
your spirit box. So yeah.
Yeah.
So if you can elaborate on that, Brenda, in case I've already answered, I'm not too sure. But do the other side do things at others' homes, then have that person call you to verify what happened? I just don't. Sorry, I'm not too sure what you mean.
Something in a house, so I don't know, say my Red Bull can gets knocked over and that person really suspects that was a spirit that done that. So they ring you up.
Okay.
And then
so like
yes,
you ring
it's
me.
me, I was trying to get mine, but I'm here. I think that's what she's trying to say. You with me? So it's your
So like you hang on. Does the other side do things at others' homes, then have that person call you to verify what happened?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the person that's in the other side
was spirits, because he's just told me right now that he did the Red Bull thing because he wants to get your attention because he's your dead uncle's mother brother. You know?
Okay.
I think that's what she means. I could be wrong, but Brenda, I can't see the chat room. So
the only one that I can put down to is you confirming the 3 demon photo where Chris had stated that there were there 3.
Another coincidence? Sure, but how many coincidences do you want? How many coincidences do you need? So, coincidence.
And you know what? This is bottom line. I'm not here to prove to you anything about my ability. I'm just sharing what comes through. So that's how I look at it. You know, even when spirits start talking about, you know, things like that one that was talking about murdering his family that I recorded, a lot of it I left out because it was just too gory. I don't want to know that detail. I mean, he honestly could not understand whether they forgave him.
Ooh, we had a bit of talk again. He's a narcissist.
It's weird, yeah. So, I mean, you still get ones that may be just too far gone in the spirit world to realize that there is something wrong with them. I don't know. I mean,
in life.
Huh?
Crazy in life, crazy in death.
Yeah. Well, one good thing is those who have like a disability, as in being an invalid and, you know, unable to walk or whatever the case, they are healed. I mean, my dad was in a wheelchair and now he's talking about dancing. And so being healed in that way. But if the person's mind has become so warped with like evil or doing something like that, where is the healing? You know, like where's that line of healing? Or I mean, the mind itself is also part of the conscience when you think about it. This is where, when we astral project, our mind is actually giving us the information through our astral projection to move. You know, it's all linked to the mind. You know, when you're astral projecting, your mind is saying, I want to move forward, I want to move forward. And that's how you move. You're not normally just, you know, moving forward without thought. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. That's
Speaker might be a bit quick.
No.
Myself.
Okay.
I was just saying, when I astral projected to the bathroom, I didn't know I'd done it, but it was thought process. I knew the door that had shut behind me, or I didn't hear it happen. When I turned around to exit the bathroom, I knew I couldn't exit that bathroom. I didn't even try the door handle, but I knew the door was locked and I was stuck in the bathroom. And it freaked me out because I had no idea. I knew I twigged what was happening. Like, oh my God, I think I've astral projected. I've got to the bloody bathroom. But the door is shut. It is locked. I haven't even tried it with my hand, but I know I can't get out. Help. What? How do I get out of this? You know, this is new to me. I don't know how to get out. And I was generally, you know, I told you about my dream with, you know, drowning in my car and the American thing off the bridge. They're all death dreams, and I really enjoyed them. I got locked in my bathroom, and I was more scared of being locked in my bathroom, you know?
Have you ever
Because I
thought
was
that maybe there's a connection with those dreams to a past life?
possible because with the not so much the Minty one, her Minty of long hair and the Essex and the river, you know, crashing into the river, but the one in the America with the old 70s, 60s muscle car, 4-speed, and I'm trying to get away from the police. I could feel the torque through the wheel. It was so real, but I knew I'd done something. I didn't know it wasn't me. I was not me. I knew I was not me, but I knew I'd done something really bad, and I'd gone past what you call a point of no return. They're not bringing me in.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to kill me. That's what I was going for. I had to get out of there alive. I had helicopters. It was a chase, and they've been nudging me. This thing had so much torque and power. I don't know if I stole the car. I don't really understand what my crime was, but I knew I was a fucking asshole. You know, I probably killed several people or something.
Have you thought about doing like a Google search to see if there's any story with that type of vehicle? And
I don't know what vehicle it was. I recognise the dashboard if I ever saw it again, but I don't know what car it was. I know it was a stick shift, not on the column shift. It was a 3-speed or a 4-speed. I can't quite remember that bit. It's in America. How big's America? I don't know what state it was in. Or it was quite barren. The landscape is quite barren, and the roads were quite long, so it was an interstate of some sort. But then I sort of got to this bridge that was out, and they forced me up this bridge. I suppose they were hoping I'd stop at the end, but I didn't stop. I crashed through and just crashed. And as I went to the, you know, as the car went down, I could feel my stomach go, you know, as you go upside down, you know, and the bonnet as it hit the floor was so, you know, and that's when I jumped up and woke up. Oh, that was awesome, but pretty scary because, you know, I was fighting for my life, you know. And
sound like you really enjoyed that dream.
I did enjoy it, but I knew it was, I was racing for my life. And the car was great. There's no power steering. Well, I was passing as what you call power assisted steering, old school American vacuum style, not like today, you know. You know, and it had the power to pull away. The torque was fantastic. You could feel everything, the vibrations through the steering wheel. It was so, I've never had such a lifelike dream, you know, where touch is coming into this. Not just, you know, like, you know, when you fight someone in your dream, you can't really connect the clothes and you get tired. You know, this was so real. I have a texture of the steering wheel. I could feel in my hand, everything. Wow. And like I said, if I ever come across that dashboard again, I'll recognize it, and that'll be the car.
Let me just.
Yeah, you know, I was never going to get away. I was never going to, you know, and I don't know why I didn't just stop, but I was pretty sure I'd done something so bad, so wrong. I was past the point of no return. Maybe 10 minutes ago, before I dreamt, I was shooting at a killed a cop. I don't know, but I was past the point of no return. They were not bringing me. They were going to kill me, and succeeded.
Just grabbing something. I'm here. I'm just getting a notepad.
You're just doing your ASMR video,
Huh? No. Hang on a minute.
Video right now in the middle of this.
Yeah. Yes, I was doing ASMR. Okay. Now, you couldn't. I don't know whether you want to say it on air though. What's your date of birth?
Right. How do I text you? Let's just say 678. Oh, fuck it. 6782. Put it on.
All right.
And yes, I don't tell people names exact age approximations for a reason.
Okay. All right. Hang on a second.
I think this happened before my time. This, if it was well, it's a previous life, dumbass. It happened before your time. Bearing in mind I'm British, so day and month are not American, because in America they do month backwards,
no,
don't they? For some.
it's irrelevant. Okay, well, you know, I had a suspicion you'd been here before. You're actually in your 6th life right now. And your last life, your very last life was one that would have been off the rails. It being in that 5 path would have been violent, would have been anger, a lot of anger around you. This life, you'll find that you've actually got the opportunity of having things go your way. Even if they're difficult, you'll come out on top. You'll always keep your head above water. Sorry?
Karen, I do keep your head above water. I tend to destroy things. Let me give you examples. Like, so like as a bus driver doing well, I fuck that up somehow. And like later on, I'm a taxi driver, do really, really well, too well. But then I do too many hours and burn myself out and fuck that up. And then we have the Death Seekers thing, and then I mess that up somehow by treading on someone's toes. Somehow I don't really understand that. I never will. But hey, that's, you know what I mean? Every venture I get to, I mess up somehow. And I'm very destructive like that. I don't mind admitting that. So
I think it's because I mean, with those in their 6th life, a lot of them do try to probably do too much too soon. They're the kind of people, they are very giving. They give a lot of themselves, and then it's like they close themselves off. So it's like, I've given too much of myself. Now I have to clam up. I have to disassociate myself to some degree. So there's that fear of having released too much personal, business of your own, and feeling like inferior, if that makes you feel like understand. So this lifetime, I get the connection with the opportunity that comes around you, and this may be later in your life though, not necessarily younger, but I get the opportunity of travel.
It's always better.
Yeah,
honestly.
you'll be lucky though to land on your feet.
Yeah,
So,
my finances and my inheritance away, and I don't wish death on my parents. Don't think I'm some asshole, but when my parents ever go, I'm set for life. If that makes sense. When I'm older, and that's much better. I'll stay on this earth forever, but I'm okay in my later years. Yeah.
So that makes sense in your reading. I mean, as in your path reading, because it does indicate that you'll land on your feet. No matter how bad things get, you'll keep your head above water. You'll have the opportunity of having help given to you. This is, also the people that are in their 6th life, they do tend to help others as well, but they may help them in different ways. Not everything is monetary. Help doesn't always have to be on a monetary level. So
no, of course not. Of course not.
So it's interesting. So there you go. So that past life connection. I was just curious. Sorry, that past life connection has been.
It was like the SX stream with Minty in the car and me drowning in the river. That was me. I was in my car and I misjudged a power slide somehow, which I never do. I'm the best. Yeah, but I misjudged this power slide and I bunny hopped over the railings and into the water in this river in Bath. And she disappeared. Where the hell did she go? And I'm just in my own car. The doors are locked. It's central lock in the water mechanism. You know what I mean? Electrics.
Yeah.
And I can't get out. I'm drowning in my own car. But but that other one, that America, I never had another one like it. I've never had a dream like it. I knew I wasn't me. It's not me. I'm somebody else.
Wow.
Really
well, there you go. There's that. I mean, that past dream where you were like dreaming of being bad. It's very possible you were. Okay, but the funny thing is, everything you do in this life, you've got a reason to be here. You're not just here by accident, no matter what. There is some purpose you've got to do, some mission and learning process that you've got to go through. And in this process, if you don't learn it, think of it as it rolling over to your next life. So whatever you don't learn in this life, you're going to have to deal with it in the next one, along with that life's lessons. So just try.
Okay. 7th time lucky. Here we go. Yeah.
7 is really confusing. It's a life which may be a short one for you, unfortunately, because 7 lives are ones where people give up too early. They quit. It's like they cannot handle the stress, and they actually have major sibling rivalries usually, like disconnect, trying to juggle everything. Yeah.
My sister has disowned us for the past 10 years. We don't really know the reason why, but it's not just me. I mean, the whole family. She's cut herself out the wills and stuff. She don't want to know. My nephew, I don't think, is solid. You know, he's my brother really, because he's like 5 years younger than me. I mean, she had him at like 13, 14 years old. She was very young when she had him, but she's 10 years older than me. But she has left us completely, and we don't really know why. You know, she stopped speaking to us for 6 weeks, and we don't know.
Does she?
Yeah, she does. She's got many problems. She's got many health problems on that respect, mind problems, you know. But you know, but my mum said she did this to my gran though. She disowned my gran, and at the last minute, right, while she's on her deathbed, and her hearing is the only sense left, she makes it up to her. Everything's all right now. And my mum said, "Do not." I've given her 6 years, right, just to come back. Just 6 years is what I gave her. And she, when I said I had cancer, and you know that'd be a time to come and like reconcile me, she didn't want to know then. So you are not going to let her come to my deathbed when I've just got my hearing left, and her say, "Hey, it's okay," you know. Everything's all right, because it's not okay, you know.
No.
So I don't. I hate that, and she's adjusted the wheel so the nephew does better, you know. But it's really sad.
You don't know really how long people have got. So, I mean, make the most of what time you've got. Just, I know what it's like. I know what it's like.
You know, because you're an asshole or mum.
I've got someone in my family who won't give you a reason why they don't want to talk. And that's
no reason.
Yeah, it's just like you're wiped for no reason. You've got nothing to say. Well, this is why. This is what I've done.
We are so sorry. Whatever we've done, we even like apologize like profusely. Whatever we don't really know, but no.
Or it'll get to the point where if you ring, they say, "I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to you."
That's what she said. One day we come over to visit because my wife was really friendly with her. She's even going to get her to wear a dress on our wedding. She'd never wear a dress. How friendly she was. And then she just suddenly returned. I'll just let you know that I've cut myself out from the entire family. No disrespect to you, but I just don't want to know any of you anymore. Good day. See you later. As calm as that. I'm like, oh, okay, no worries. I'll see you later. And sis, yep, see you later. Well, you know, goodbye. Yeah. Last thing that has ever said. She knows about her daughter. Don't care. She didn't turn at my wedding. Don't care. You know what I mean? So.
It's sad. It is sad. So I do know that very well. And and one thing you'll find with a lot of these people is you can't read them. No matter how much you try, you cannot read them.
She even launched my Bang & Olufsen, the stereo. I got the 68 Bang & Olufsen over something as silly as brake blocks on a bicycle that I owed her, which I said I'd do, but she just has to wait till the week when I get paid. Oh my God. Yeah, her temper is saying that she nearly killed an old guy once. She had an argument in a flat where she lived, and she ended up taking the cane off of this old guy and putting him on the floor and putting the cane. And yeah, she's got a temper. You know, she's the opposite of me. She's a woman. I'm feminine. She's masculine. She is the opposite of me. Like everything is opposite. It's really weird. You know, like the opposite of everything. She's not. So you know, it's very strange.
Let's have a look at some other questions in here.
Seeing all the magnitude, personal life vendettas that go on.
All right. So what's this from Fallen Angel Caroline? Riley, in 78 women with Reese negative blood for injection when pregnant, a few were infected with hepatitis B, and died. Wow.
Yeah. Okay, that's a bit of history, isn't it?
Wow, goodness me. So that's in relation to our earlier discussion about the RH negative blood group. I know I'm going a little bit backwards here, guys, but I'm trying to get through some of your questions here.
The other phone, so I can't check the chat room because she's got the other phone. Yeah. She's out.
Okay, so don't know. I can't miss a lot of sleep. My brain curls up in a corner of my skull and cries for its mama. It's a little dopper. Okay.
I know she's going through the mill at the moment. I'm not going to say what, but you know,
it's
back at the chat and bless her. It's all right, I think.
What have we got? I need to chat with friends. The messages coming. Sorry.
No, you carry on.
Trying to find where there's messages. We've got some more people. Paranormal X. Hi, Mark. David from Light Goes Paranormal. Springtrap. Little Dorrit. Liz Hall.
The diehard Furtless. Oh, or Furtlet, if you like. I thought she was a girl.
Kinvig. Okay, Mary Lou Kinvig, thank you for joining us. Fallen Angel, all right, Liz Hall. Going over them again. Judith Wilborn, thank you for joining us. Zara.
And how many thumbs ups we got for a laugh? Not that they really matter.
8 thumbs up. So we've got 8 there. Thank you for the thumbs up.
Yeah, you got any notice of what? Or so say.
Okay, so here's one. Brenda Mullins. I was running the spirit box. I asked for my sister. Then she texted me to say a ball rolled across her floor and she was freaked out. I thought that was pretty cool. So
yeah, very cool.
Very cool.
Like stuff. A lot of people do that with marble experiments. You get a marble on a flat surface and you say, can you move this? You've seen Brutus, you know, the dowsing rod. I have Brutus with a dowsing rod that can easily be swung if they have. They haven't done it yet, to my knowledge. But yeah, all sorts of experiments, you know, that's cool. Lovely.
Wow. Oh, so Mark's gone. Oh, sorry. So I was going backwards, guys, through the chat room. So he'll probably see this later. And then Mary Lou says, my sisters stopped talking to me for 2 years. I left them to it. Just started talking to me again one day and said nothing, just went with it. So, yeah.
Things happened. She's got it. That's it. Like, oh, yeah, that's completely fine. But if I did it the other way.
I forgot about it, so you must forget about it also.
No, she ain't coming back, my sister. It's been 10 years now, but you know what I mean? That did happen 6 weeks. Like nothing's happened. We couldn't. She goes, don't even ask me what it is. You know, just carry on. I've forgiven you, in effect. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
For what?
Yeah.
For what? Okay, so.
She go nuts.
So we'll go back into our topic, being in relation to what's the new world like, and
it's 25 minutes.
My dad actually said there's a whole new world waiting for you, and if you listen to his E.V.P, you'll actually.
Video.
What was weird when I recorded that message from my dad, I used an iPhone. Now, you know, with an iPhone, you don't have a left and right microphone. You've only got like a single microphone. It doesn't give
no.
Yeah, but when you listen to it with headphones on, you can actually hear him come in a roundabout way, coming left to right, and that's from an iPhone. So yeah, figure it out. So in relation to the new world, there's a lot of theorizing on how it looks. Spirits are, you know, like they've said.
They call it a new world, but it's probably been there longer than our world, technically. I don't know. We don't know that, do we, at all? But theorizing, they call it a new world, but it's probably been here longer than our world, right?
Yeah. Well, and you think
Right.
about, is it like a sort of like an identical kind of universe, but better?
And if we are infinite as spirit, if that is so, there are certainly a lot more dead people than there are alive people. You know what I'm saying? If we are, so say, infinite.
Mm. Well, there probably has always been the same number.
Because they say, why don't you see a ghost dinosaur, for instance? You know, the dinosaurs were alive. Why do you never see a ghost? You see a ghost dog sometimes, or a ghost cat. It's rare, but they do happen. So why not a ghost dinosaur?
But remember that photo I showed you, where I actually caught what looked like a tail of a very large thing?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was, yeah. Who knows? I mean, fortunately,
Was right. It's a fruitless, because I always say this is so much fun trying to find out and guessing and getting, you know, really like, oh, I wonder if, or getting your evidence like devil, demon on the spirit box over and over. But it is a fruitless cause. We're not going to know until your time is up. And even then, I don't think you'll get all the answers. You'll get the answers that are relevant to you and what you need. But in terms of the secrets to the universe,
exactly. All right, so let's do a very quick spirit box session. What I'll do, I'll use this, which is the PSB 11.
Oh my God, you're going to use the 11?
I will.
Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Ooh.
It has a forward and backward sweep, which you can have one going forward, one going backwards, and you can have it on AM on one and FM on the other. So
let me talk very, very quick. This is a similar like experiment I did the other day. This is the way you're choosing it, because you can do this box, but this box being like
and these start a sweep at 50 milliseconds. So 50.
People hate this box. So
yeah, and you know what? I don't mind it, actually. I really don't mind it. So I'm going to. Okay.
One, like what I did with my experiment, one going up, one going down. She's doing the same thing, just the boxes all in one.
Yeah. Okay, so let's ask. There was Spirit. Spirit, could you please say hello? I'll hold it near them. Can you please say hello through this? Can you hear it okay?
Yes. Say hello. I said yes. I said yes, I can say hello. I said yes instead.
Can you say order of magnitude, please, if you can hear me? Now remember this spirit box. Yes?
Magnitude.
Demon. Okay. Now, let me just Spirit, can you please say what the new world is like? Very, very hard to hear. Can you, let me try and put this. I'm turning off the aerial. See there? You have a look?
Yeah, this box has really, really good functions. Amazing functions. The only thing that lets it down is The white noise is very overpowering. That's why people don't
Yeah,
like it. But if you could turn off
but that
as well,
now I've actually got on there, you can see that red light? That means that the aerial is off. If I turn that down,
no,
the aerial is on. So I've got the aerial turned off, so which means that we have nothing going through an aerial at all.
no. We have spirits manipulate words sometimes, like cover up words. This time we're going to get like literally them broadcasting themselves.
Yeah, this is
Very
without
lucky.
the aerial. So, Spirit, can you please use this to communicate? Can you tell me, hello? Can you say if you are able to and if you want to, what is the new world like? Can you share that with us? I'm going to move it closer to the mic. Can you say what the new world is like? Good. Do you like it in the new world? Is it better than here? How many spirits are present that can hear this signal? Because remember, with spirit boxes, you're not communicating with just those in the area. You're communicating with them outside. Spirit, can you hear me? If so, can you say, yes, I can, please? It's very... You can hear me? Hello? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I'd really love you to communicate through this device if you can, and just say what you think of the new world. What is it like?
I want to say, is it new? I think like a new world order or something. Say, what's your world like? Try that.
What is your world like where you are? Can you say what your world is like? I'd really appreciate it if you could share that. Is it very big there? Do you like it there? Considering the aerial is off and there's still stuff coming through. Is it difficult for you to speak through this? Don't be afraid to talk through this. It's astonishing. Were you surprised when you left this world what it was like where you went? Dead. Are you aware that you're no longer in a physical body? You might need to wear headphones, Caroline. Are you happy? He's dead. No, you're dead, but can you possibly, I'll turn this up a bit. Can you say your name, please? What is your name? Hello. My name's Karen. What's your name? Karen. Is there only one spirit communicating with this at the moment? The gentleman who was talking, could you please speak again? He keeps saying dead. Can you say your name, please? You don't want to? I don't want to. Or I don't care. Okay. Who is the female? Help. Can you say, are you happy to communicate with me through this? Do you like to use these to communicate? Have you ever used one before? No? Okay. Is there anyone you want to send a hello to? Who do you want to say hello to? Can you see me? Okay. Would you please tell me what I'm holding? Would you mind helping me with this experiment? Just so if you could tell me what I'm holding in my hand. Can you see what I'm holding? This hand. Can you see what I'm holding? Can you say it through this? What is this thing in my hand? Did anyone hear it? Can you say pen? They mustn't be here. They must be, as I said, this is a good way to test whether they're in the room or whether they're external. I'll just turn this. Spirit, I'm going to turn this off now. Thank you so much for trying to communicate. Okay, so I'll turn that off now. But that's another way of being able to test whether or not they're in the room with you, in the environment, or they're external, by asking if they can actually say, you know, what you're holding, and just by explaining to them that it is only an experiment to see how this works, because of course you want to be able to know if this is working well. What have we got here? What happens if you have no family or friends that have passed over? My mum hasn't spoken to her family for over 13 years with very good reason. I might add, she's not well at the moment. Well,
No.
yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Springtrap. I
Just
really
briefly tell me about my mum.
Yeah, it is a hard one, but know that they do pass when they do cross over, from what I'm told, and I can only tell you what I'm told. I can't tell you, you know, oh yes, this is a fact.
Like I say, your time is up, and those answers will be around you, not the universe as well. So you know, it's a fruitless case, but we try and
But there's always somebody, and see, don't forget we have our angels as well, and there may be also people that she knew growing up, such as friends and other people that can help her adjust and transition to that other side. So I never believe, I mean, look, we come into this world alone, we exit the world alone, and yet we do have help. There's help here when we arrive. And there's help on the other side, and you're never truly alone. I mean, I look forward to seeing all my pets, you know, and I look forward to seeing all my family, those that have gone before me. And yes, I'm fortunate in that respect, but even friends that have crossed over, you know, and people who went before their prime. These are people that she will also get to connect with as well. And when I'll never forget when my grandmother was actually leaving, and it was actually discussed about my Dutch grandmother, who was on my stepfather's side. When she was going, she actually made a reference to, who is that man in the doorway with the nice face? And no one could see him in the room.
Similar story to
he was.
Similar story. Oh, you're here for me. Who's here for you? You know, my time now. I have to go. And she just similar thing. They see someone, meets them, greets them, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, if you ever get a book, I'm not a big reader. I do love Florence Scovel Shinn, but if you ever get a book, it's called Deathbed Visitations. That is worth the read, because the person who actually wrote it was a nurse, and she had a lot of connection with those who were passing over, meaning she was there for a lot of their dying process, because she was in that palliative care part of things. And she said the similarity to each one was uncanny. The way that they would speak about people who had already left this world before, as that veil begins to thin, they do start to see those loved ones around them. So you can imagine how scary it is in my shoes when I'm seeing them. I'm thinking, am I dying? You know, sometimes you just don't know, because you hear about that. You hear about people who are saying they're seeing their loved ones, and, you know, you don't know when your time's up. And to be realistic, no one can tell you. You know, only God knows, and your body knows when it's about to go. And I believe that your loved ones who are on the other side do know when your time is up, because they're ready to greet you. It's
nice. You do get, I mean, maybe not everyone gets greeted, I don't know, but it is nice to be greeted. And I'm glad my wife's mum, like I said, we used to go to my wife's mother's house all the time and tell her about, oh, you know, this happened, that happened. She looked at us like we're freaking crazy. Like, look, we don't make this up for attention seeking. You know, this stuff is happening. She's like, yeah, okay, get out of here. But when her time was very near, you know, I said my goodbyes to her, and I was the last one to leave the room. She grabbed my hand and she said, tell me everything you know. And what? She said, tell me everything you know. You know, you talk about this stuff all the time. Tell me. It's like, oh, don't tell me. Look, I said, treat it like third-hand information, okay? I told her everything I could tell her without scaring the shit out of her. And I said to her, Marcia, the best way I can say is good luck in your new adventure, okay? And I shook her hand like it's not forever. We're just you know, she's just going on a journey, kind of.
yeah,
put her at ease.
temporary.
She went,
it is.
yeah.
And
The
I mean,
nurse,
that day when my father left this world and I got that phone call, I was devastated, because I was waiting on the passports to come, and that was my first opportunity to see him face to face, and I never got it in this life. And I just started preparing. I began going into a cleaning frenzy, preparing the home. I knew he was coming. I knew that I would be his first stop. So I did. I got everything ready. And sure enough, here was this, you know, I'm lying in bed, everything's dark. I presume at that point I was asleep because I had my eyes shut. Then I had a situation where there was this bright light, this incredible bright light. And the first thing I'm thinking is, oh, you know, because I was so depressed about losing my dad and missing that opportunity to see him face to face, I was thinking about him, but I had my eyes shut, and this brilliant light just completely enveloped my eyelids. And all of a sudden I heard his voice say, I want to give you a hug. That was it. I want to give you a hug.
oh.
And I put my arms up with my eyes closed, and I just said, I want to hug you too, Dad. And then I clicked. I thought, oh, he's here. I opened my eyes. Everything's dark. Everything was dark again. So it was a beautiful visit. And then that following where he said, share this message with others. He allowed me to share something. And then I get these people that were tearing it apart, saying, I didn't hear anything. I mean, mind you, it's got a lot of views. It is for some reason, it's got a lot of views on my channel. And people seem to expect, yeah, when you don't use a spirit box or an app, and you've got actual EVP, people seem to expect it to be as clear, a whole conversation, just fully clear and audible, that they will be able to hear. And then they would just, there were some really nasty, horrible comments made. And I thought, I didn't even have to share this intimate moment, but my dad said share it. So in honor of him, I shared it. And this is the way people behave. It's unbelievable. But I don't feel that she will really be alone. I really feel, in relation to your mother's Springtrap, is that she's going to meet up with so many familiar faces that she had probably forgotten about, and I'm sure
I think she's young. I think she's like in school or something, so she's really young. I think. Don't quote me on that.
What was that? Sorry?
So, I said I think Springtrap is very young, like at school.
Oh.
So to your mum at a young age, I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs, but I'm just going what I think she told me. I thought she was a guy originally, but she's not. She's a tomboy. But she was young, So I nearly lost my mum. Stroke. Nearly losing my own stroke at 8. It made me like oh my god, you need your mum, as long as you can.
You do, and even if you're older and you lose your mum, it's never easy. And you start to think about all the things that you could have done or could have said. And my auntie put it in really good terms. One of my aunts said to me, look at the middle letters of life. It's if. And we'll always turn around and say, yeah, we'll always say, if only I'd done this, if only I'd done that. And even if you did everything you could, you'd still say, I could have done more.
My wife, who lost Marcia last year, April, she still hasn't really accepted it. She knows she's dead and everything, but she'd never grieved, and she never has, and she will do eventually. And she goes, I'm not going to do it. But she goes, I like her brother has her voice on an answer phone. She can't listen to it yet, even though nearly 40. She's like a year away from being 40. So losing your mum at 40 shouldn't be so bad, but it is. She still can't really deal with it so much. She knows it's happened and everything, but she doesn't want to deal with it. She just doesn't want to grieve. She don't want to go through it. So she hasn't grieved yet. Not yet. Yeah, her sister has all the ashes and all that crap. She has nothing.
It's sad. There is more. Hello, Anthony. Thank you for joining, Anthony Cox. Okay, so Springtrap says, I would like to know, she would have a better life on the other side than she has here. I'd hate to think she would have to meet them in the afterlife. I want her to be happy in death when it comes. And
so I can say she'd be pain-free. Okay, that's pain-free.
Well, Springtrap, my father was in a wheelchair and paralyzed down one side. And in his visitation, he talks about dancing. And you can't dance if you're paralyzed. He's not like that anymore. And he said, there's a whole new world waiting for you. A whole new world. And those words are what keep me strong. And I think that's why he wanted to share that with others, because he knew how passionate I was about more what I saw. He was interested in it, like, hi Albert. He was interested in what I spoke about, and he had a few of his own stories to tell. But at the same time, he's not like how he is when he was here. My grandmother, even she, when she was near dying, she knew she was dying. she actually said she'll be in paradise. She can't wait to be on the other side. And I think the more that you look forward to, I mean, I know it sounds awful, but I don't think, I think this world, compared to what we have in store for us, is pain. This world is so, there's so much pain in it, and you can only hope that what they say, you know, those that have made it on the other side and what's there, that peace is something that you'll also experience, and your loved ones who are leaving this world will.
Are in prison, but they demon entities and stuff. You know, when I hear they're in prison, that upsets me. How can I help you? I need help. They worry me, but they could be anything. You don't know they're necessarily. There's many entities out there. There's many dimensions. There's aliens, for God's sakes. Can we be the only rock in existence on this entire, you know, universe that has life? Even if it's just plant life somewhere else, you know? Like I said, when you go yourself, you'll probably have all the answers for you and your family, but you're not going to get the answers to the universe, I doubt.
No. I just heard Chris over there say Riley.
I'm making I'm cooking eggs, you know, egg on toast. It's not going well because I got one hand.
Oh dear. So yes,
There you go. Not bad. Let's take a picture and send it on Twitter. Not.
Instagram it.
Yes, well, not Twitter. See, I'm behind
Show
it.
people how to cook eggs Riley style. You know what's a good way to cook eggs? You get toast and you pull out the center. You get toast and you pull out the center. Then you put an onion ring in around the center, and then you put it in like oil and grill it, and then you break an egg and grill that inside of it.
That sounds yummy. Yeah, that sounds good. Try that. That's new.
It's
No. Yummy. Fair play.
So you've actually got the crust of the bread on the outside with the onion ring and the egg, and you can even put tomato on top of it. That's nice. Diced up tomato.
Oh,
lovely.
Yeah, lots of salt. Sorry if you're going to hear me chat.
Yeah, so for those that have come through at the moment, we're talking about a lot of different things. Life after this world is the topic, and it is almost, wow, it's 5 minutes to midnight.
Yeah,
where I am.
Time to go. Midnight. Midnight is where I have to go.
Otherwise, I turn into a pumpkin, and you don't want to see a pumpkin appear. And then they've got to roll me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wish everyone a beautiful evening or day wherever you are, and thank you so much for joining the live stream tonight.
If she turns into a pumpkin, I turn into a gremlin. You know, can't feed a gremlin after midnight, you know?
Oh, yeah, and don't add water.
No.
And talking about gremlin, my daughter's got one of those gremlin toys, the Furby.
Yeah.
And, such a pain. It starts going off. I mean, all of a sudden, just out of the blue, it'll go off, and it'd be under her bed and just going off.
She speaks blah, 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 blah.
But this one even gets evil too. It actually has an evil mode on it. So
mode.
I know.
I'm actually coughing. Evil mode.
Evil mode. Yes, I have an evil mode sometimes. Okay, so I'm glad that everyone had a good night or a good day wherever you are. Oh, we've also got Shadow Demon in, so welcome.
Oh,
all these latecomers. Latecomers to the stream.
I like this dude. This dude's really cool. He's got his coolest selfie picture for his avatar. He just looks so, well, demon shadow man.
He looks gangster. He looks gangster. Meanwhile, LT Light Ghost Paranormal looks like a I don't know, sort of like a cross between Eminem and gargoyle. A gargoyle with like that, like a monkey gargoyle.
Be as mean as you like. Be as mean as you like. He keeps calling me order of noob, so be as mean as you like to him. Oh yeah.
And Liz has a very scary photo. Hopefully that's not how Liz looks.
No, it's not. I promise it's not.
And Ray has a very album type of look, sort of like something you'd see on a record album. Very. Then we've got Michelle Woods there, who's looking sideways at everybody, sort of like, "Hello, here I am." Yes. Then we've got Anthony Cox, who is just an A. He's just a letter.
Yep. A1.
A1, class A. So
I think he does have the picture on it somewhere, but I can't remember which one it is. You choose, it's all good.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go now because it's very late and it's 3 minutes off me being a pumpkin. So I hope everyone has a great day ahead of you, and try to, if you're doing any actual video live streams or spirit box sessions, here's a little experiment. Try to ask them if they can tell you one word to describe where they are, and let's see if we can put all those together in probably one video to indicate, what that. Yeah. So if you've got any spirit communication on your spirit box or an app, send it to me at what is it? The High Priestess Para, which is with a double R, so PARRA. So the High Priestess Para at hotmail.com. So send me your audio, and I will put it into a video in relation to with who sent it, so your tag name type of thing, and I'll put it up so that way we've got a word that describes what the new world is like. That might be an interesting way of going about it, and there may be so much more that you get that comes through. So how does that sound like a plan?
It sounds like a freaking awesome plan. That is an amazing idea. Very good. So please do it, people. Get on the case. And hey, sometimes contact comes. It goes, you see my video. Sometimes I get nothing. Sometimes I do very well. I don't know the reasons why. Is it the moon? Is it the seasons? But I'm going to do the same thing and ask one word. Describe. Prison it was last night, and open. So which one is it? Wow. Open, prison, prison.
Well, that one that said I don't like it. That was interesting in relation to your experiment.
Yeah, they spent over and over. I think they said it several times, just not at grade A quality, which is what I was after. Bar once, I think it was. And I hate this. Oh my God, the guilt. You should have felt the guilt on me. I felt so guilty. I thought, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it.
Well, hopefully this will teach you.
It did. It taught me a valuable lesson. I mean, why am I even showing skeptics? These skeptics don't even watch my videos and put 2 seconds in and bugger off. So, it's fruitless. So I'm not doing it no more. It is what it is. Something exists, and I'll just put it up there, and you take what you want from it, okay?
That's right. And if they don't like it, they don't like it. But, one thing they don't realise, and this is the funny thing about it, even if they hit unlike, it's good for your video.
Yeah. I see it, didn't I? Why is this video so bad? Let me check it out. I got to see why this video is so bad. That's why.
But I can actually see where those trolls are coming from. Anyway, we've got Texas. We've also got Australia. There's one in Australia, and it's a female. And we've also got where is it? There's one in the UK. Actually, I think there's two in the UK that come through, and they hit unlike as well. And there's a few. I mean, like, they're scattered, but some of them are like they drop in. They don't like what they see or what their intro looks like, and they're out. They they hit unlike and they go. And if you're only sitting there like a few seconds, what are you going to get out of a few seconds out of any video?
It's got no time. They live chaotic lives. I ain't got time for this shit. Gotta go. Give it to me now. Oh, you haven't done it? Oh, rubbish. I'm out of here.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
I mean, you've got 3 seconds to impress me.
Ow.
Then impress me in 3 seconds. On that note, I'm out of here. Bit too much information, Karen. So have a great weekend, everybody. And when's your next live stream?
Tomorrow with the Truth Seekers live, which is not owned by, well, it is owned by Zara, but many of us have access to it. So it's all of our channels, like a shared channel. Type in Truth Seekers Live. Many of you already know this. So yeah, tomorrow, 10 a.m. my time. To give you an idea of that time, we started this stream at 11. Okay, so it's an hour before what time Karen would start on this stream. So wherever you are, what time we start. I think Fisk is going to try.
I started in Australia. I started the stream at 10 p.m. So it would be 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Times.
America is 6 hours before me, so 11, go back 6 hours, so it'll go back 7 hours technically for tomorrow for America.
The best way to find out is, okay, type in, what would it be, 10 a.m. where you are?
Yeah, 10 a.m. for where I am. Is when we're doing
so you type in UK 10 a.m. to and wherever you are. So that's what I do. I put 11 a.m. UK to Sydney, Australia time, and it gives me 10 p.m. With you, you would put 10 a.m. UK time to wherever you are. So
yeah.
All right, so
Definitely.
past midnight and I still haven't turned into a pumpkin. So all right, well, I'm out of here. Have a great weekend.
I think this is a really good stream, this one. Yep, no worries. Be all good. Thank you, Springtrap, for it's all good. I'll see you next time, Fearless. And you can now comment on my videos because I can block the trolls from actually.
Oh, hang on. We have to do the fanfare. Where are we? Let's do this for Riley, who's having his channel working without the trolls. Yay! What the? Alrighty. I'm off. See you later.
Bye-bye. Your replies now monetize my channel. Such a sellout. See you later, people. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.